Nigeria, good evening Africa, good evening United Kingdom, good evening Asia, good evening Europe, good evening Poland, good evening Luxembourg, good evening Amsterdam, good evening United Kingdom, good evening United States of America, good evening Zimbabwe, good evening Trinidad and Tobago, good evening Cuba, good evening to all my viewers across the globe of the world. Yes, my name is Ibironke Olasunbowonluwa, popularly called Yeye Omigbemileke, across the globe of the world. Yes, it is my pleasure again to be with you this evening and to continue the series I started earlier. Yes, on the Egbe, yes, on the classification of Egbe, the categories of Egbe that we have. I remember in my last video that I spoke on Egbe IYALODE, and I'm going to continue furthermore on that note, on that Egbe IYALODE. Yes, well, I have said a lot in the first video, but for reiteration purpose, I'm still going to talk more on this. The IYALODE group of Egbe is almost regarded as the most prominent class of Egbe in Yoruba cosmology. Yes, in Ifa mythology, and they are seen to be the most prominent. And like I said earlier, that the grouping or the classification of Egbe is usually done in relation to the way they behave, yes, and the natural ability of each individual. People in the IYALODE group of Egbe, as I have said earlier on, are usually people with charismatic and leadership traits. They are charismatic and they have leadership traits. IYALODE is usually a name given to a leader of a group. Yes, it's the name given to a leader of a group, yes, or a club or an association, yes, in association of women in Yoruba land. So based on these connotations, many Ifa and Orisha devotees do believe that people belong to Egbe IYALODE, yes, are usually women. But this is far from the truth. It's very, very far from the truth. Both male and female can belong to IYALODE group of Egbe, and they can all be called IYALODE irrespective of whether they are male or female. Yes, the head of Egbe on earth is known as IYALODE, while her counterpart in heaven is known as Janjasa. Janjasa is an alternative name for IYALODE. Janjasa is not popular because a lot of people don't use it. They would rather use IYALODE. If you look at Ifa mythology, in the Odu Ifa Erosumeji, it makes it clear that Janjasa is the head of Egbe in heaven. And just like I've said earlier on, the characteristics of people that belong to IYALODE are usually that they have very strong leadership traits and qualities. They have leadership qualities. Naturally, it is in them. They usually get into leadership position. And apart from that, they are people that I would say are highly intelligent. Yes, and they can settle disputes, quarrels very well. They can settle it, and they have the natural psychic gift. Like, they have a very strong intuitive power where they know whether you are telling the truth or not. And beyond that, they have this psychic power where they know when something is about to happen, just like as common to mariners. they usually have that psychic gift. They have the ability to perceive beyond every other person. We call it extra perception gift. They have the ability to know what others don't know. Yes, they are like that. Furthermore, they love to dress well. They love to dress well. They love to dress. Ha. Yes, there are some people that when they go to parties, they dress more than the celebrants. If you are looking for such people, you will find them amongst the Iyalode group of people. Yes, Iyalode, they always dress to kill. They are lovers of clothes and fashion. They have this perfect taste for clothes, for good clothing, jewelries, and dressing accessories, and they combine it well with steez, with high steez. They have the steez, they have the fashion taste, and they have the clothing. They don't mind whatever it will take them to get the clothing. They will do it. And very surprisingly, like I've said earlier on, yes, they are very successful in business. Whatever they lay hands upon do succeed and prosper. And they take very good care of children. They take care of youth, and they are very good at organizing programs for the care of children and youth. In fact, in some places, they help parents going out, mothers going out to keep their children, and at the end of the day, in their house, they are mother to many children, not biologically this time around. Yes, and they mentor youth. Yes, they are like that. They are also wealth creators. They create wealth. They create wealth. They have the capacity to take what is waste to become wealth, and then they have this intelligence to turn money over in terms of business acumen. Most people in Iyalode category of Egbe are usually motivational speakers. They are motivators. They have the capacity to motivate you. Just like I said too, that they like to give gifts and engage in charitable ventures. Yes, that is who they are. Now, under and this is where I'm going today. Under the Iyalode, we have subcategories of Egbe, subcategories under Egbe, under Iyalode group of Egbe. The first one is Iyamosan. The second one is Iyamokun. The third one is Iyamopo, and the fourth one is Iyakera. Now, I will explain these subcategories in their order. Number one, Iyamosa. These categories of Egbe Iyalode, they are a group that have their power emanating and function well in relation to Lagoon spiritual force. That is, their spiritual energy, their spiritual power is generated from Osa. Osa is what we call lagoon in our Yoruba language. Osa. Yes, the people in these categories are usually female folks. They are usually females. They are usually women. Yes, you hardly find men in their midst. Then we have Iyamokun. Iyamokun. Yes, some people call them Molokun, Malokun, Iyamokun. These people belong to this subcategory of Egbe, and they have their power their spiritual power function in relation to the ocean source. Yes, they are directly connected to Olókun. Yes, they are connected to the Olókun, and that is where they get their source from. This set of people are very, very crazy about ornaments from the sea, and consciously or unconsciously, without many of them even knowing who they are, they find themselves gathering seashells and all that. So you enter the apartment is full of seashells up and down everywhere. Those are Iyamoko. And these people, in this category of people, you have men and you also have women. Shey you understand? They are ocean source of Egbe. Their own relationship has to do with the sea, with the ocean. Now I'm going to this one that is very critical, and it's usually common in our environment. There could be headache in family and people don't really know what happened. They are Iyamopo. This category of Egbe Iyalode have their spiritual power function in relation to their female private parts. They are mostly women. You know, Iyamoko derive their power from the ocean. Iyamosa derive their own power function from the sea. Iyamopo derive theirs from female organ. They are mostly women. They have high sexual drive. And they are weak in relation to sources. And it is here you find women that trade their body for money. Those women that trade their body for money in hookups, in adultery, prostitution, or whatever, they belong to this category. This is where they fall into. And right from early stage, you will notice that the girl child is kind of experimenting sexually, and it could be a problem, and you begin to wonder what happens. Well, in some quarters in Yoruba land in those days, they will say that females should be girls' child should be circumcised. They should be circumcised so that they can be able to control their high sexual drive. I don't know how far this goes or how possible it is, but it was done. So this set of people, if you are able to get to know their problem earlier in life, there are ways that our fathers used to do rituals and sacrifices and religious rites that takes them away from that group and plants them in another group. Now Yakera, the third one is Yakera. We have Yamoko, Yamosa, and this is Yakera. These subcategories of Egbe Iyalode have their spiritual power function in relation to sand or rock or anything that comes forth from the soil. You know, I used to see a particular lady on TikTok who called herself a name that has to do with sand, and she's always with sand like that. These kind of people, they find their power in that regard, and such people, we encourage them to go into farming. Yes, they are usually successful people when it comes to farming. Now, the Egbe Iyalode group is usually a very good Egbe. It's usually a very good egbe, and members of this group, ó wà nílẹ̀, members of this group, irrespective of their sub connection, they have the gift of music, dancing, good voice, and some of them are also into, they have, let me say, some of them also have theater art gifts. But all the groups of people who belong to Iyalode can be functioning well to their use if only they can be appeasing their egbe regularly, irrespective of what they are, including those that are yamopo, that trade their bodies for whatever, for money. A lot of them make headway, they build houses, they make money, they live, some of them live flamboyant life and all that. So Iyalode group of egbe, they are usually leaders, and just as we know, they are usually successful people. My name remains Ibironke Olasunbo Onwoluwa, popularly called Yeye Omigbemileke, across the globe of the world. I am your Orisha Olokun priestess from the city of Iyami in Ota, Ogun State, southwestern part of Nigeria. You can reach me on +234 81351 22750. I do hope to read from you, to hear from you soonest than before. Please have a very good day, and may the time and season come together to bring you the blessings of life. Bye.